What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to have a look at some rather ridiculous products which have gone up for pre-order over on Premium Bandai, some of which are still available, some of which have sold out incredibly quickly, and we now need to cross our fingers that they might come back. It has been a very busy couple of days for the One Piece TCG. So, what have we actually got here? Well, let's start off with the thing that I have seen most people talking about the most. One Piece card game official playmat limited edition volume 3. This one has unfortunately already sold out, and this one went quick. And I do mean very quick. And there's essentially a couple of reasons for this. Firstly, you get yourself a Nami playmat, which everybody likes. It's got rather lovely Oda artwork on it and all of that. And secondly, we've got an alternate art of the Dressrosa Usopp leader. Yeah, we got an alternate art of a very good leader. And we've got a really rather ridiculous artwork on the mat. You add both of them up together, that kind of tells you what you need to know. This was always going to be popular. Pre-orders opened on March the 16th and closing on April the 17th, but actually, like I say, unfortunately, it's already gone. Like, this is just way too popular. This is one of those situations where you can be upset about this if you wish, but the reality is, what were they supposed to do? Like, I don't think this was ever going to work for this product. I think they could have put twice as much up and it would have sold out. Now, there is therefore a very strong argument that if I saw this coming, and let's face it, most of you probably saw this coming, then Bandai probably also could have seen this coming, and they should have put more up for pre-order. Maybe they did. Like, there's a very good chance here that Bandai actually did go, oh, this is going to be ridiculously popular. Let's make sure we really go for it on the number of pre-orders we make available. And maybe they did that and it just sold out ridiculously quickly anyway because there was no way to fix this. Either way, we got a ridiculous piece of art on the mat that everybody's going to love. We've got an alternate art of the really good Usopp Dressrosa leader from OP10. The one that says your Dressrosa characters have a cost of 2 or more gain 1 cost. Gives protection from various removal cards. And then when one of your Dressrosa characters is removed from the field by your opponent's effect or is KO'd and you have 5 or fewer cards in hand, draw a card. So draw power plus protection, yeah, ridiculous. And it is proving to be a very good deck right now. Unfortunately, he gone, ladies and gentlemen. He gone. So, what else have we got? Well, there's one other product which unfortunately did not last very long, and that is the 7 Warlords of the Sea binder set. This one went up for pre-order and again, unfortunately, sold out very quickly. Because what they did here was they gave us a really nice binder, and actually the binder is lovely, both front and back artwork, absolutely stunning. But then they gave us 12 promo cards, including 2 Boa Hancock. And if you want to get people excited about one of your new products, Boa Hancock, Nami, Jewelry Bonnie, these are the kind of characters that people are going to be very excited about. So the binder we don't need to spend very much time talking about. It's a binder, you can see it. But what about the promo cards? Because what we have here is a set of promo cards which I'm going to go out on a limb and say are pretty ridiculously awesome. So yeah, maybe we should have a chat about them. So what we've got here is the Edward Weevil from EBO1. Just lets you draw a card. I rather suspect this is not the number 1 card people are buying this for. We got the Bartholomew Kuma from OPO5 that on play KOs a character with 2k or less. And as a trigger, if your leader is a multicolor leader, then you get to play this card. Which is nice. You're playing a card for free. That sounds good to me. We got the Crocodile from OPO7. 4 cost 5k, counter plus 2k. And on play you can pay 1. and then return a character of a cost of 2 or less to the owner's hand, which is very nice. We've got the Mihawk from OP07, 8 cost 10k, and on play draw a card. I really like this Mihawk. We've got the Trafalgar Law, 4 cost 4k, counter plus 2k, and activate main, return this character to the owner's hand, and if your opponent's got 6 or more cards in their hand, they put a card from their hand to the bottom of their deck. And you get a card in hand which has counter plus 2k, which is a win. We've got the rather lovely Doflamingo, which is activate main once per turn, pay 2. And then you reveal a card from the top of your deck. If it's a 7 Warlords of the Sea, with a cost of 4 or less, you can play it rested. Helps in Doflamingo. It's clearly brilliant. And then we get 2 copies of the same Boa Hancock from OP07. Why do we have 2 copies of the same Boa Hancock from OP07? I'm not 100% sure, but we do. 2 different artworks. People are going to love them both. This is the on-play up to one of your opponent's characters other than Luffy cannot attack until the end of your opponent's next turn, and then put a 1 cost or less character to the bottom of its owner's deck. Cool card, but there's 2 different copies. They're both stunning. People are going to love it. We've got the Jinbei, the promo Jinbei with new artwork here. On KO, put a character of a cost of 3 or less to the bottom of the owner's deck, which is pretty nice. We've got the Gecko Moria from right back in Starter Deck 3 that on play adds a 7 Warlords of the Sea or Thrillerbark Pirates character with a cost of 4 or less other than Moria from your trash to your hand. We've got the really nice 1 cost Buggy from Starter Deck 17, counter plus 2k, and on play you put 3 cards from the top of your deck back on the top of your deck in any order. But you rearrange. It's really good in Doflamingo decks, as are a bunch of these cards incidentally. And then we finish off with Martially Teach, also from Starter Deck 17. Activate main once per turn, put a card from your hand on top of your deck, and give up to 2 rested Don cards to your leader or one of your characters. Again, good in those Doflamingo decks. This is a good set of cards. Several of these are very playable. And you get all of them, plus you get the binder. Now again, pre-orders opened on March the 16th and ended on April the 17th. So, unfortunately, they sold out incredibly quickly, for which I can only apologise. They actually sold out before I got a chance to make a video about them, but I'm showing them now, and they might come back in stock. And remember, it's also worth pointing out these do tend to make their way over to Europe and other territories just in card shops. So I wouldn't think this is gone forever yet. Gone from Premium Bandai, yes. Could it come back? It could. Will we see it being sold in other territories? I think that is fairly likely. Now, the good news is there is a product of a bunch of promos that hasn't yet sold out, and that is the Premium Card Collection Best Selection Volume 4. No binder here, just comes in a nice little envelope, a little card file, call it how you will, and you just get yourself a bunch of promos. Now, the promo selection here is probably not quite as good as the one I just showed you, and it doesn't come with a fancy binder, and that's why this one hasn't sold out and the other one has. Or maybe this just, because it doesn't have a fancy binder with it, maybe there's more of these available, and the same number have actually been ordered, but it just hasn't sold out yet. We don't really know. But either way, what we do know is that we have ourselves a bunch of promos here that people are going to like very much indeed. Just because it's not quite as good as the other one does not mean it's not good. So what have we got here? Well, we've got ourselves the Yamato from EBO1. Counter plus 2k and activate main once per turn. Give a rested Don to your leader or one of your characters. Very nice. We've got more pizza featuring Jewelry Bonnie. Let's look at 5 cards on the top of your deck, find a Supernova card other than more pizza and add it to your hand, then put the rest to the bottom of your deck in any order. As a trigger, you draw a card, and right now I really want some pizza. We've got Perfume Thema from OP07, which it is a Boa Hancock card, but it is an event card rather than a character. But there's an activate main to select one of your 7 Warlords of the Sea characters, or leader, And they gain 2k for the turn, and then if they attack, your opponent cannot activate blocker. Again, as a trigger, you draw a card. This is one of those ones where there are a few event cards hanging around. We've got the Calgara from OP08, but it's a vanilla Calgara, which I love the artwork, but you can see why people aren't going crazy for this one. Building Snake from OP09. Activate main, put this character to the bottom of the owner's deck to give a minus 3k to one of your opponent's characters. That was pretty decent. The Nami from OP09, counter plus 2k. And on play, you can return one or more Don cards from the field to your Don deck to give 2 rested Don to your leader or one of your characters. Good in the OP09 loop that it isn't that good anymore. Gum Gum Lightning is Don minus 2. But you get to KO one of your opponent's characters with 6k or less. Or as a trigger, add a Don card from your Don deck. Active. Very nice. Latif. Activate main, rest one of your Don cards and this character. Look at 5 cards on the top of your deck, find a Blackbeard pirate and add it to your hand. With Blackbeard looking like it is going to be trending up for a little while, this one might be a promo worth getting hold of. Derashi, love the art on this one. But as a main, you look at 5 cards on the top of your deck, find 2 cards with trigger other than this, add them to your hand, or as a trigger you draw a card. Kozuke Momonosuke. Activate main, rest 2 Don and trash this character. Look at 5 cards on the top of your deck. Find 2 Azakaya 9 and add them to your hand. Not a bad little card if you're playing that build. We've got the Sabo here. Counter plus 2k is lovely. And if your character with a base cost of 7 or less other than Sabo would be removed from the field by an opponent's effect, return it to your opponent's hand instead. And then finally, Perona. This is the main reason I need to be picking up this set. No word on an English release yet, but we know the deal at this point. Like I said, it's not guaranteed, but it is overwhelmingly likely that this is going to end up being released in Europe at some point, probably just in card shops. So, yeah, I feel pretty good about this, frankly. I think this sounds good to me. But I need to pick it up for no other reason. It needs to be, I need a Perona promo. I like Perona. Perona's cool. I like collecting Perona cards. This is a cool Perona card. It's the one that's got activate main once per turn. Place 2 Thriller Bark Pirate cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck. And then one of your characters other than Perona gets a 2k bump. Not too bad. Now, there are a couple of other products, but we can deal with them fairly quickly because they are less exciting. We've got One Piece Card Game Official Playmat Volume 2. Now, this is very much still in stock, but the massive difference between this and the one that sold out instantly, no promo. It's just got the 4 Emperor artwork, and you'll notice it is actually the alternate art leader art of each of the 4 leaders. But, yeah, this doesn't have the artwork, and it doesn't have the promo card. So you add both of them up together, you can see why this one hasn't really sold out very fast. And then by the same token, we've also got the official Playmat Limited Edition Volume 1, which hasn't sold out. Again, all of these went up at the same time, but the difference here, again, you don't have the Nami art that everyone's going crazy for, and you don't have an alternate art leader, so you add both of those up together, you do kind of understand why these two haven't sold out, but the one that did sold out so gosh darned quickly. So there we go. I know a couple of these have already gone away, and all I can tell you is, yeah, that's rubbish. I agree. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid there's nothing I can do about it. And these are very cool products, and if nothing else, I think we should all at least look at this and be like, yeah, Bandai going overboard here. And I mean that in a very good, positive way. Bandai are going overboard just making these ridiculous products that they don't need to make, that nobody's asking for or expecting, that nobody would really notice if we never had, and yet they are ridiculous products. And the fact that they're making these products that we don't need and they're selling out instantly kind of tells us that we want these products, and these are awesome. Yes, there is a question to be asked about whether enough of these are being made, given the speed with which they sold out. But for now, at least we've got these cool products, And I, for one, am quite happy. And in territories other than, North America, we don't actually know if we're getting these at all yet. But like I've said, we've been around a little while now. I have faith that we will. But for now, I want to hear from you guys. I want to know which of these products you're excited about. I want to know your thoughts, your feelings, and everything else. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Good us! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.